Shimano Z, Shimano Saint. I need to hurry because another storm is coming. So I moved over back here and then I can hear some storm coming. So Z and Saint, very nice gravity components. Z will be more affordable, so cheaper, heavier, easier, simpler technologies. As you can see, this is the crank arm of Shimano Z crankset, and this is the hollow crank arm of Saint. Look very nice. They both look nice. Saint will look maybe even nicer.
This Z crankset is really bulletproof. We've got two options: M640 for 68 through 73 millimeters bottom bracket. That's the width of your bottom bracket shell on your frame, and also 645 for the wider one. The crankset will fit the press fits bottom bracket. Three options: 34 teeth, 36 teeth, and 38 teeth. The crank is strong. We have two-wall, two-piece crankset, and the insert for your pedals is made of steel, which is great for the gravity. The system's two-piece crankset, so the spindle is integrated with the right crank arm, and the HGX. We have only one chainring on the crankset, so this is really about the chain and the cassette. The Shimano Saint crankset is bulletproof, and here we have additional system or compatibility with the SMCD, Shimano modular chain device, which looks like this, and it will protect our both chain and the crankset from the bumps and maybe perhaps some hits.
Shimano Z crankset with the 36 teeth chainring, 816 grams. Shimano Saint crankset, unfortunately without the chainring, 749 grams. Shimano Z shifters will be, I would say, like Derailleur or SLX on the mountain bike group set for trail and cross country, and Shimano Saint will be the XTR. So it will have the multiple downshifting, which Z won't have. And the clicking, yeah, clicking is actually pretty similar, but this is also the instant release. Shimano Z doesn't have instant release, so this is also the difference. Shimano Saint shifter 137 grams, Shimano Z shifters 144 grams.
I do like the rear derailleur of Shimano Z. It looks badass and it works very well. I have got it on my bike. We've got two versions, the freeride or enduro, we would maybe call it more, or trail enduro right now, and the DH for downhill. Freeride will take 132 teeth cassette and the downhill 128. So as you could imagine, the DH version will have shorter cage here, which is more difficult to damage, and also it could be a bit more stable on the bumps. From the practice we know that the downhill version will take a bit more, or actually a lot more than 28 teeth, maybe even 32, but this is what Shimano recommend. The weight 275 grams and the capacity is 25 teeth. Systems Dynasys, Shadow Plus and HGX. I didn't say right that this would be for trail or enduro riding because we would need more teeth here. This is really free ride, so this is pure gravity. Shimano Saint rear derailleur will have very similar systems to Z. It will have silent bump stopper and also the mode converter. You can convert this derailleur either for AM or DH use. On the Z derailleurs though, you would need to buy either AM, all mountain or downhill version. What's the difference? This is actually this mode converter. Here is how it looks like. You can replace it, and in the all mountain mode it will take 132 or 134 cassettes. In the downhill mode it will be 123, 1225 and 1128.
The rear Shimano Saint derailleur 272 grams.
Shimano Z brakes are very good brakes, strong brakes. I don't know what they actually can add to the braking performance with the Saint. Z has got the servo wave, we've got the toolless reach adjust for your braking lever, and it's iSpec compatible. Of course, on Z we use only the right shifter, but if you decide to spec your bike like on XT, XTR with Z, there you go. You can mount also the left one on the iSpec. But the very interesting part is, of course, the brakes. I don't know the caliper. I don't know why there is no image for the beautiful caliper, because it is a 4-piston ceramic caliper brake. So we've got ICE Technologies here, which is ceramic pistons, 4 pistons. So a lot of braking power. Ceramic doesn't let our hydraulic system to overheat. Then we can also use special ice tech pads for it. There is no pictures for that here, which will dissipate heat even better. And then Ice Technologies rotors will have 3 layers. The outer ones are steel and the inner one is alloy. So it's all for better cooling of our brakes, and the 4-piston is really powerful. Saint brakes, powerful, very difficult to overheat. The adjustments here are a bit different comparing to the Z though. Also iSpec compatible. Here we have free stroke and reach adjust. Saint caliper brake, same as on the Z. We have 4-piston design, ceramic pistons. We have ICE Technologies. So the ceramic pistons will not let the whole system to overheat. We have 3 layers on the rotors. It will be steel, alloy, steel. We have the radiators here, and so there is a really powerful package for the gravity.
The left front Shimano Z Brakes, disc brakes, 327 grams. Shimano Saint left front disc brake, 315 grams. Shimano Saint right rear brake, 330 grams. Shimano XTR and Saint 180 millimeters disc rotor, SMRT 99M, 131 grams. Shimano Saint XTR rotor with 160 millimeters, 116 grams. Shimano XTR Saint 203 rotor, 171 grams.
The cassette, this is something I'm not sure about, because I don't race downhill, so let me know in the comments if you know better. This is the 7-speed cassette. And it's clearly not an error here. It's CSHG27, 7-speed, 2 configuration combinations, 12 through 28, 12 through 32. We can even see through all the gears here. But on the Shimano catalog, they would recommend using Saint with the older Ultegra 6700, just as on the Z they recommend older 105 5700. So let me know, guys, downhill guys, which one do you actually use, because the shifters are actually 10-speed. You can use those with the 7-speed cassette though, but let me know how do people actually use it. The pedals from the Groupset do look a little bit outdated, but they do have a large platform and they do have this pop-up system, which means that the pedal itself is tilted by, I think, 12.5 degrees or so, angle for faster entry. So it will be easier for you to catch this front side of your SPD pedals and actually clip in with your cleats. It's for all mountain, downhill and BMX. Easy, pretty heavy, but it should be 568 grams and just strong enough to use it for gravity.
The pedals, Shimano Saint, 540 grams. I have not tested Shimano Saint. The only Z component I have on my bike is one of my bikes. Is when I did conversion to 1x 10-speed, I used the rear Z derailleur, and it's been bulletproof. So I'm loving it. But guys, let me know what do you think about Z and Saint, all those users of these components, how good these are. Let us know what are the goods and bads about those. Thanks for watching. See ya.